speaking of controversy, the first playoff rankings came out. We see, and which, I'm so proud of playoff rankings and their family. So we have Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson, Ohio State with A&M, Florida, Cincy knocking at the door. Any surprises here, Eli?
No, not really at all.
Yeah, I think it's about chalk here. It's kind of seeming like they're going to be open to Texas A&M crashing the party, which could be a lot of fun.
I think it'll be fun. I like Texas A&M. I think that Notre Dame, I've kind of caught mixed feelings on them. I think that most years they get touted up and it's kind of fraudulent. This is the year that they're the most worth kind of hyping up. Like this is the best they've been in the midst of it, but I still do think that they're not the number 2 team. I still think they probably shouldn't. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But when they play Clemson, one of them will probably get knocked out. So
yeah, that's the betting opportunity of the year, unless Clemson wins. And then we get, if Clemson wins and Notre Dame stays in that 4th spot, that is Christmas to me, because I'll not only get to back Clemson against Notre Dame in the rematch, I will get to back Alabama versus Notre Dame in a line that's probably going to be not high enough.
Yeah, I would love it if that is how it shook out and we ended up playing Notre Dame first. I'm worried about Florida though. I'm not super convinced that we're going to beat Florida in the what will likely be the SEC championship.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a slobber knocker.
So let's go right to the SEC in this week's slate of games. There's one thing that out of everything on the board this week, there's a couple lines that really jumped out at me. And Texas A&M, we've seen their track record. They're at Auburn, and they're favored by less than a touchdown, 6.5 points here. Is this a sucker bet?
That shit's just because it's in Auburn, and there's all kind of weird-ass voodoo shit, and Gus is going to be his same cheap-ass weird self. I think Texas A&M will cover that, personally. I think Auburn is garbage.
Yeah, and Texas A&M, I mean, they struggled out of the gate. They do have a win against Florida under their belt already. So their strengths schedule is phenomenal. They just couldn't compete with Alabama.
Only loss is Alabama, yeah.
Yeah, and they struggled the week before that against Vanderbilt. So they went from Vandy to Alabama, which is a hard thing for a college football team to do.
Yeah.
So you don't think there's something that doesn't meet the eye there? You think it's good? We can back Texas A&M, no problem.
I think so. You just can never, you never know what kind of evil Weasley slimy shit Auburn is going to do. They have the devil on their side, so if the devil's up to some hijinks, some shit could happen. But I think
the devil loves to play on Saturday.
I think that Texas A&M is going to cover that spread.
Yeah, I love Eli because he makes all these crazy jokes, but then he just very matter-of-factly, and you could tell he believes it. He's just like, yeah, the devil is on Auburn's side.
Oh, yeah. Very, very Harry Potter-ish.
Bo Nix needs a refund for that soul he sold because he cannot quarterback.
Well, isn't Bo Jackson's hip the kind of thing you would expect in a wishing upon a monkey's paw sort of scenario?
Oh, man.
Yeah, you got to, when you have a monkey paw, you got to
I think Bo Jackson's hip.
Hey, Jeff Pearlman, his next book's going to be about Bo Jackson. I just finished Sweetness. It was great. One of the greats talking about one of the greats. That's going to be an awesome book. So we'll back Texas A&M there. Auburn, yeah. I hated the way their offense looked. They seemed to be very undisciplined in all phases of the game last Saturday.
Yeah.
Granted, they were playing Alabama, and I turned the game off in the third quarter, but did not look good for the Auburn Tigers.
No, they didn't really put up any kind of fight. And honestly, it's like Bama's defense is not amazing. They're better. They're getting better. And no defenses really are amazing this year, I guess. But there's no real excuse. Yeah, I think Auburn, you can't just be like, oh, that Alabama defense. You can't say that anymore,
Mm-hmm. But you kind of can, just because defense is down so much across the board. I mean, Georgia, Alabama, who else comes to mind for a great defense?
Well, Georgia does, but Bama doesn't. I again, no disrespect. I love Bama, favorite team of anything of all time. I don't think that they're I don't think that they're a defensive powerhouse this year at all. I think they're an offensive powerhouse. I think they may probably have the best offense in football right now.
Yeah, so that'll be great. We'll get to so do you want to just go right to Alabama, LSU? This is there's some crazy lines out here. Alabama 29.5 point favorites versus LSU. And is it in the swamp?
I think it is, yeah. And I don't it's just so big. And I as a rule rarely recommend people take these Alabama giant spread bets, honestly. Because they are good enough to do that. They should do that. If they went out there and decided to do that, they will do that. But again, like I've said before, I think he's gonna put the backups in. There's gonna be some shit scored in garbage time probably. There's just no guarantee they're about to win by 30. They should, and they're better. They should win by like 40, but it might be some shit where they win by like 24 or something.
Yeah, and I know LSU. They've had every bad break a program can have. It's very similar to Joe Burrow in that regard, but they've gotten better over the course of the season, and there's no reason for them to have a Vanderbilt or Kentucky line against Alabama.
Right.
Like if it's over 21, I'm probably going to be on LSU here because
it
just tells me to.
Yeah.
It's SEC powers, and like teams who get better over the course of the season. It's like LSU where they are incorporating a lot of new pieces early in the season.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bama wins that by 21.
Yeah, I think that's kind of fair, to be honest.
And these aren't even the craziest lines. This is by far the craziest one. Indiana's at Wisconsin. Wisconsin 14.5-point favorites. What do they know?
Oh, it's because Penix is out.
Penix is out?
He tore his ACL. He's done for the year.
No.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was just exposed as a fraud worse than that Kelly and Ryan thing.
Yeah, it sucks. I feel really bad for him.
Oh, no. And he is like the heart of that team. There is a chance that Indiana was going to win by default. So never mind. I apologize to the listeners for not knowing that one. That's on me, 14.5. I guess we go the other way then.
Yeah, probably. But again, Wisconsin, man, they're weird. They shit the bed the other week, though. Only scored 7 points.
Yeah,
so, it might just be a tricky one all around with Penix out and Wisconsin unpredictable.
Yeah, and it's just like the Big Ten is the opposite of the SEC. SEC, every team in the conference is getting better as the season goes along. That is not the case in the Big Ten.
They're in crumbles. It's a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, and I guess Wisconsin. So what happens with the Big Ten the rest of the year? Did we sleep on?
I don't know.
Iowa.
Sleep on Iowa? Oh, I called Iowa to win the West right off the bat, and then they dropped their first 2 games, and I was like, well, I'm an idiot. But now they are kind of like looking pretty solid again. Yeah, I don't know. And then Ohio State might not have enough games to. I don't know, man. It's all. I wish the Big Ten had started earlier because they don't really have time to do the makeup games.
I know it looks. It's
I feel like they could if they wanted.
They could, but you're gonna bend the rules or whatever rules that you need to create. But it's just so sad that they started so late and expecting to go without a hitch.
Yeah, I kind of hope that Fields. I mean, I want Justin Fields to do whatever's best for him, obviously, but. I feel like he kind of got like as pleasantly surprised I am that Mac Jones turned out to be as talented as he is. I think Justin Fields kind of like his Heisman campaign got all fucked up with the cancellations and all that. I'd kind of like to see him come back another year and win the Heisman and
Yeah, when I saw that the Ohio State was so high up there with only 4 wins, I'm like, oh, this is for Justin Fields, like to put him in that slot because
Ohio State is really good.
Other teams have been played more like double the games.
Yeah, true. But Ohio State would probably beat most of them.
Most likely.
And the laundry matters. We've seen this program dominate this conference year in, year out.
Yes.
It's not like they've handled their business. They've been affected by other programs' ineptitude, which is why I'm encouraging the University of Michigan program to go on spring break, visit the Ozarks pool. You have the power to take the Big Ten championship away from Ohio State by not getting a vaccine.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
In Ohio State, they're playing Michigan State this weekend. Michigan State so Black Friday, we got all the results we needed for things to go chalk. Everything that could be chaotic in the Big Ten is happening.
Yeah,
Northwestern goes.
Oh, Northwestern!
I couldn't believe that.
Wild. It's wild. I love the season. This is the best season. It's fucking wild, man. It ain't for the timid of heart this season.
Yeah, and it's so weird so we're just gonna go against Michigan every other week. They're good. Every other week they're terrible. They're the most bipolar program in the Big Five right now. Power Five. I'm sleepy. Okay, so yeah. lot of crazy results. So
I thought you were just dissing everyone else in the Big Ten, like saying there's only 5 good teams.
I mean, there's maybe 1.5 good teams in the Big Ten.
Oh, Rutgers beat Purdue, right?
Yeah, Rutgers is on the board.
Love this season.
Yeah, so I guess Wisconsin or Iowa are going to be trying to get back into relevance. They're in the driver's seat to challenge Ohio State if you are legally allowed to challenge Ohio State. What a world. Okay, so next up we have we got a good Big 12 matchup. The rebuilding Baylor program, they are 22-point dogs against Oklahoma. Are the Sooners going to run it up this time?
I think they're going to run it up any chance they get. I think that those first 2 games or those 2 losses are still gnawing away at Lincoln Riley, I'm sure, as you know. So maybe it's a good thing these tearing up. I would like to see what Dave Aranda will be able to do over there at Baylor. This ain't the season, and that's to be expected. Yeah, I think they're going to get beat pretty handily.
So they're going to be. So is this one 22.5? You like that number?
God, I don't know. 20. It's high. Probably. What do you think? I think I kind of lean towards Like I think they might. I will say this. I'm not super confident in that one. It's a little higher than I'd like. I wish it was like a 17-point spread or something.
Yeah, and like I would do it, but there's actually a lot of I like on the slate this week. So and a lot of favorites.
Yeah,
so,
there are more surefire ones to pick than this one.
Yeah, and like in that same conference, we see
Oklahoma needs to win this one though.
Yeah, they do
like outright. Like
that's what I'm saying. Oklahoma, it matters for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what would you rather bet on? Oklahoma 22.5-point favorites against Baylor, which, you know, they're rebuilding, but they're still very well funded and the level of recruits are going to be pretty talented. Or you have Oklahoma State as 2.5-point favorites against TCU.
Yeah, that one is better than that one is better. Yeah.
Take me that one, Joel.
Yeah,
give me that one. Give me that bet.
You can talk yourself into like a lot of these, like, Oklahoma's a big favorite, but like Oklahoma State minus 2.5. I don't understand why the line is where it is on that one.
That's a weird one. I don't really get that either. I think Oklahoma State's good. I don't really like. Again, my only knock on them. I don't really like Gundy as a coach, but I think that they're a really good team, and I think that they're going to be. Yeah, I think they're. Yeah, I would take that. I would take that bet.
Yeah, absolutely. That you can book. And again, we'll go back
to TCU. Have they fixed their O-line at all? Like what? I don't know what they're seeing then. All right, whatever. I don't know.
And TCU, like, they're not even the best Big 12 team that wears purple this season. Like,
they're just scrap. TCU is just scrappy, and that's why the Vegas is like, I don't know what they do. They're so weird.
I don't dislike them. I just don't think that they're gonna beat Oklahoma State. That's all.
And they have no quality wins. They played Iowa State close, but then they got blown out by West Virginia. So
I'd fucking love it if Oklahoma lost and Oklahoma State won. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, bring us that chaos, baby. Make it a wild Wednesday.
Make it a wild Wednesday.
And then we'll go back to the Iowa train. How about Iowa versus Illinois? I think they're getting 12.5-point as the favorite.
12.5 over Illinois?
Yeah, 12.5 over Illinois. And I do kind of think that early loss to Northwestern just changed the way people view the Hawkeyes program. It's like, oh, you lost to Northwestern. You're terrible. But Northwestern's pretty good.
Northwestern's good this year. Yeah.
And like this is the highest people will be on Illinois. Illinois has been really fun to watch. It's kind of cool to see Lovie Smith become the college coach in the state. He was a pretty good NFL coach. That's a fun storyline.
No, it's cool. And, he got them to their, first bowl game in forever last year. And, hopefully will this year. Are you taking that? You like that 12.5?
Yeah, I like Iowa here. I like Iowa a lot.
I think so. I like that. Yeah.
This is going to
This is just a big week for a lot to prove it teams. All those little bottom barrels to try to see if we can get a little bit better. See if we can get some more money.
Put up or shut up. Yeah, it's put up or shut up week.
Yeah.
No more. Okay, we'll get better as the season goes on. It's like you're good now or you're not.
Yeah.
And I think Iowa is good. They have some issues, but I think Ferentz is ultimately a solid coach, and I like Spencer. So yeah.
Yeah, so if you were to do like a big money line play this week, maybe there is something to combining like Wisconsin and Iowa. I think that could be really nice. Maybe even a tease situation, but those seem like pretty slam dunk outcomes to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and this might be a week where I just play fast and loose, very dangerous.
Ooh, like Vin Diesel from The Fast and the Furious, huh?
Well, I mean, there are good opportunities. Like, if you're really going to nut up, if you want to take like...
No, I'll shut up.
Okay, so when Clemson is a 22.5-point favorite, you know they're going to win, right?
Yeah.
That money line is like minus 1480. You bet $1,500 to win $100. Believe me, I've been on the wrong side of those. But if it's like a 14-point favorite, you equally know they're going to win the game, and then it's only like minus 480. So if you bind together like Wisconsin or USC, that's pretty good value there. You could do like bet 200 to win 100. I think that's a great play this week.
Play it up.
And let's get to USC. USC, they are gelling. They are on a roll. They're getting better as the year goes on. They are 13.5-point favorites at home versus Washington State. In this game, you know I'm going to bet it. What time do you think this game is, Eli?
Washington State. So West Coast, is it 11? Is it one of these crazy ass 11 a.m. games? Time?
No, USC. They've got the crazy. They're the narcoleptic college football program.
Yeah. Or is it 10:30?
It is 9:00 on Sunday.
9:00 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, going head to head with Sunday Night Football. You can have the 2-screen experience. That's going to be friggin' awesome.
Holy shit! What's the NFL game?
It's Chiefs Broncos, so you'll be able to see.
That's a good flip.
I'll flip over to see some Jerry Jeudy. Other than that, it's going to be all USC that night, baby.
I love you, Eli. You're the fucking man. And okay, so Maryland, Michigan, axed. Florida minus 16.5 at Tennessee. Easy Florida game, right?
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah, they're going to fucking crush Tennessee, dude. Fuck Tennessee. That's weird, dude. Because Tennessee's a mystery to me a little bit. Because I think Pruitt is a good coach. I think they have some good pieces. They're just not like on defense. They have, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, Henry Toto. I think he's a really good, really talented linebacker. I think Garantano's. I think he's a decent quarterback. I don't know what's going on there, but they're just garbage. Like they should probably just be like mediocre, and they're just trash for some reason.
Yeah, and like they came out of the season like they're like the opposite of Iowa because they kind of showed us a lot early on, and they've just fallen off the course of the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, our sources who go to college in Tennessee say short the programs, but you know it's sad to see a former power kind of in the dregs here.
I'm enjoying seeing them fall.
Yeah, so we have Maryland at Michigan canceled.
It got canceled? Michigan just forfeited?
Yeah, they said we're
not even COVID. Michigan just quit. They're just like, nah.
We wanted to blame it on COVID, but we're like, no, we're legit. We're bad. We don't want to play.
Sorry.
Maryland, I would not like Maryland could beat Michigan this year.
I know. I think that's why they canceled it.
It's wild, man. It's wild. I love it.
And that's the game being canceled. That's why I'm wearing the Michigan hat today. It's like, oh, we got our biggest win of the year. So yeah, that one's off the board, but Vandy's still going to Georgia. Well, what'd you think of Sarah Fuller?
What do you mean? I'm glad I think it's cool that it happened. I don't know.
Yeah, will she get the
Vanderbilt to be good?
Kick a field goal in this game. That's all we want.
I hope that she gets an opportunity to show off some because she didn't really get it. Yeah, she didn't get even a field goal chance, right?
No, she was able to kick off once, I believe.
That'd be sick, dude. I think it'd be awesome if she went in there and racked up some field goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what, Georgia, there's a new internet famous kicker in town. Rodrigo is gone. His spectacles are but a memory. This is SEC. It's Sarah's conference now.
Hell yeah.
We're all over that. We love her. That's the Props Network guarantee.
I like her.
Sarah Chronicles.
What's the spread on that, Georgia Vandy?
35.5, Georgia.
Good fucking God.
That is
like,
no respect.
Yeah, they should, but like again, that's just too huge. Is that like that's so big? You feel comfortable telling people to bet on that? They should, but
it's kind of in the stay away category.
yeah,
I'd say
that's
man.
a stay away without a doubt.
Georgia doesn't like to score that many points.
Yeah,
what line is crazier? Georgia being favored by 35.5 against an SEC school, granted it's Vanderbilt, or UNC being favored by 49.5 against Western Carolina.
Oh yeah, that's redonkulous.
Wow.
That's dumb. That's a dumb number.
Yeah, that's way too big of a spread. Don't take that at all. They're kind of I see them as maybe equally kind of equal, to be honest.
Yeah, the
equal amounts of nutso to take.
The UNC one is just like I'm amazed. I'm seeing a UNC football spread that's over 49.5. I would maybe
even with Western, who's like 0-2 and sucks. I just don't. Yeah, I don't trust UNC to win by fucking 50 points.
Hell no.
And is it a bad sign that I only like favorites this week?
No, I don't think so.
You're doing it right, and you got to do. We're in the nut up phase of this week.
This is the type of year the rankings are out. People are issuing their resumes. So under that logic, this is the week to back a lot of favorites.
Exactly.
Yeah. But don't back the Catamounts or Vandy.
Yeah, but what about? So we did have
UNC.
Our beloved program, Coastal Carolina. They had a showdown with the similarly feisty Liberty University. Unfortunately, Liberty's QB has COVID.
Yeah, it sucks.
That line is now at Coastal Carolina -10 with the new quarterback. Do you think Coastal's a good play here?
I obviously with the new quarterback, it's hard to say for sure, but yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think Hugh Freeze is do not like saying it, but he's done an amazing job there, and he's not going to be there for long.
Yeah, his days are numbered. What can you do? But, the streak continues, and I don't think Cincinnati's on this week, right?
I don't think so. Are they? I didn't see it, no.
No, I don't think Cincy or BYU's on. So we gotta back our sweethearts here.
The underdog darling. Yeah, we got to go Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, we got to go Coastal just for our Cinderella fix. Like, Coastal till death. We're going to, when this is all over, you, me, and Brian, we're going to go do a college show at Coastal Carolina. We're eating Zaxby's before and after.
Hell yeah, we are.
Chanticleer community.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, that'd be great. No, we got to back one of the Cinderella teams, because if you don't have hope and dreams and believing in things, then what are you doing?
Yeah, that locker room circled. They circled number 14 and were like, "We're climbing that ladder. All right, we're going to do it."
Yeah, they're a motivated squad, and I got two more for you. Oregon on the bounce back, 10.5 points versus Cal. Are they trying to?
That's 10.5. I would take Oregon there.
Yeah,
if it was 10.
No, it's all. But you can always say that. There's always a half a point you want to take off of there, without a doubt. But
by that
I don't think Cal is a disaster. I really like Chase Garbers, but yeah, they haven't been great. They haven't been as good as I kind of hoped they'd be so far. But even though, who knows? With this year, all bets are off. But yeah, I think Oregon after that loss, they're going to be coming out swinging. Yeah, I think I'd take that one.
Yeah, Oregon there, and then Clemson 22.5 versus Virginia Tech.
Yeah, probably. Virginia Tech doesn't suck. They're not good, and also don't like a lot of the. I don't know. They're just not. They're whatever. They will score some points and all that. It's probably not going to look like the exact like. I don't know. It'll be similar to the Pitt game, I think. I don't know. Yeah, you like that 22 again? It's up there where it's a little scary for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's in their conference. They're trying to make statements. They can put up 28 points in a quarter. We've seen them do it. And if their quarterly output is bigger than the spread,
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, 22 is just, that's only 3 touchdowns and a field goal, and Tech ain't going to do a ton. Yeah, I think I'm leaning. I think you might be swaying me, Joel. I think you might be right here.
And like where this season, it's been kind of a top-heavy slate of teams dominating, and Alabama, Clemson, they're covering every week. Why go on? And like you have the opposite version with the Cinderella powerhouses. They're covering every week. Like based off last week where the favorites came out and they did great for us, I think we're going to back 6 favorites this week. So to recap, we'll be on Texas A&M. We'll -6.5 at Auburn. We'll be on Wisconsin. Get well soon, Penix. I'm sorry I didn't know that one. We'll be on OSU at TCU. That's hard to say. Iowa at Illinois. Florida at Tennessee. That's probably my favorite of the bunch.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Florida at Tennessee and USC, Washington State are, I think, the juiciest lines.
Well, the Iowa State one, again, it makes me feel like they know some shit I don't. Like when we got fooled on fucking Tulsa or whatever. But yeah, I think Iowa State's gonna. I like that one.
Oh, sorry, Iowa. We didn't really talk about Iowa State. West Virginia. West Virginia is visiting them. They're 7.5-point favorites.
Wait, Iowa State is?
Yeah, West Virginia and Iowa State 7.5.
Who did you say earlier is a 2.5 favorite?
Oh, Oklahoma State.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. I'm fucking it up in my head. Iowa State 7.5 over who?
Over West Virginia.
I would stay away from that one.
Yeah, that's a definite stay away. Maybe West Virginia, if anything, if you just want to bet one underdog, and that will pair. So Texas A&M, Wisconsin, Iowa, Okie State, Florida, USC, and then we can give partial recommendations to Oregon and Clemson, 8 favorites. How about that? Aren't we the best?
Love it.
Hell yeah.
That'll work. You want to stick around for NFL picks or not?
Oh, you know it. If you want me to stick around, I will stick around.
Stick around. So BetMGM Sportsbook, they are live for legal online betting in Colorado, Indiana, Nevada, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and West Virginia. And where can you get the best possible signing bonus for BetMGM, Brian?
You know where it is.
The Props Network, of course. Right now at the Props Network, you can get a 100% deposit bonus up to $500 at BetMGM with code WalkOn20. That's right. Just use code WalkOn20 or go to thepropsnetwork.com and use the exclusive signing bonus links for up to $500 extra bankroll. And then you will enjoy betting on one of the best sports books out there with great odds on every sport and industry-leading weekly promos like the Money Monday Club that pays you a $10 free bet every Monday, or College Hoops Underdog Insurance that pays you back up to $25 if your college basketball underdog bet loses. So try BetMGM Sportsbook with code WalkOn20 while offers last. Must be 21 or older to bet online. Do you or someone you know have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER today. Wow-wee.